With us we have Gabather and Michael-Robin Witt, the CEO. For people new to Gabather, what do you do?
I manage Gabather. My background is from research, and what we do, we're very currently looking at the development of GT002. So we develop medicines towards the central nervous system, focusing on the GABA receptor. That is our main job.
And your single ascending dose of GT002 is now finished.
Yep.
Can you summarize this for us?
Absolutely. I was here roughly 1 year ago giving an interview before the study. And we were very excited about this sad study that's finished now. So it was a single ascending dose in healthy volunteers. It was finished in Q2 this year. And we summarized very good pharmacokinetic effects, very good bioavailability, and most important of all, we haven't seen any adverse effects in the healthy volunteers, which is, if you do a study, particularly in CNS, very important already at the very first clinical trial, SAD 1A phase.
And this study will be the foundation for this new multiple ascending dose. How will this be done?
Well, from this study, we know the pharmacokinetics of the drug, so we know how it behaves in the body. And then you can make predictions, calculations, which doses to give for the multiple ascending dose. We do a range of doses over 28 days in healthy volunteers first. And our idea is then, during the healthy volunteer study, already start looking also multiple ascending doses in patients.
And what's the time plan for this study?
We want to start at the beginning of next year. And it's relatively easy to plan if you start with healthy volunteers. It's a little bit more difficult with patients because you have inclusion criteria, exclusion criteria, so it's slower.
And you're looking for partners for this study. And is this something that is necessary for the study, or is this just something good to have?
It's something very good to have, of course. On the other hand, if you can do this study yourself, the value of the project at the end, if you have gone through this adaptive design study, is much, much higher, of course. So it's a trade-off. Do you want to go in early, then you lose. Can you run it? The further you can drive the project, the more value it has.
And what about the finances at the moment for this study?
Well, we're of course looking for finances all the time. The study is not finished designed, so we have to see also the cost of the studies can vary quite a lot depending how many patients you want to include, how many parameters you want to measure, and so on.
And what about the rest of your product portfolio besides this GT002? Is all the focus on that one now, or are you still looking at the other ones?
Well, we're still looking at the other ones. The focus had to be on GT002 because it's very important to show to investors, for example, yes, we can put the compound into the clinic, and yes, we can drive the clinical trials. But if you think of Gabather, and compared to a bank, it's not that we have cash in the bank, which we have actually the money printing machine, because we have a model of how to make more molecules. We know how to make more like GT002, and also we have 2 pattern groups, not only 002, but also completely different chemical structure.
And when we look at the rest of 2019 and maybe start of 2020, what will be the focus for Gabather?
The focus will be to find the partner or the competences for GT002, and once that is gone, then we will go and be much more active with our research program, which we have ongoing in our lab in Södertälje.
Thank you very much for taking time to answer some questions.
Thank you.